Okay, welcome to class number 2. Yes, slowly but surely we're going to progress, slowly but surely. And we're going to work very delicately and very intensely on some little things which are very important, which become very big things. And you need to make an effort on the fine details of English. Little tricks and little aspects that you can't overlook. Overlook is pasar por alto. So, camera 1. Okay, every day I talk, yesterday I talked. All right? Every day I talk, yesterday I talked. Every day I walk, yesterday I walked. Every day I check, yesterday I checked. It's difficult. La camas la te. Checked, walked, talked. Every day I park, yesterday I parked. Every day I look, yesterday I looked. Every day I ask, yesterday I asked. Every day I jump, yesterday I jumped. Every day I push, yesterday I pushed. Every day I watch, yesterday I watched. Every day I work, yesterday I worked. Every day I touch, yesterday I touched. To touch. Okay. I talked to him. I talked about it. Every day I talk about these questions. Every day I talk about. Lalis muden talk. También walk. Every day I talk about my problems. Yesterday I talked about. La T. Realmente nuestro T es talked. Ed al final de talked. Pero tiene sonido de T. Y si la palabra siguiente empieza por vocal, se enlaza. Escuchad. Todos los días hablo de mis problemas. Every day I talk about. Yesterday I talked about. Yesterday I talked about my problems. Every day I walk around the block. Yesterday I walked around the block. Walked around, talked about. Walked around, talked about. Walked around. Enlazando las palabras. Linking words phonetically is one of the secrets to learning English well and reproducing the grammar and the phonetics well. Linking. Every day I check my mail. Yesterday I checked my mail. I checked it in the morning. I didn't check it in the afternoon. I checked it in the morning. I didn't check it. Check it. Every day I check it. Me refiero a mis correos electrónicos, my emails. Every day I check my mail. I check it. I usually check it in the afternoon. I don't usually check it in the morning. But yesterday I checked it in the morning. I didn't check it in the afternoon. Yesterday I checked it in the morning. I didn't check it in the afternoon. Okay? Every day I look at you on television. Every day I look at you and you look at me on television. You watch me on television, but I don't watch you. It's impossible. I can't watch you on television because I can't see you. If I could see you, I would probably look at you and not watch you. Now, you're looking at me, but you're also watching me. Because to watch is to fix your attention on movement. To look at is to fix your attention on an object or a person who's not moving. It's impossible to watch a picture. You can't watch a picture. If you go to the museum, you can't watch a picture by Goya or a painting by Goya. You look at a painting by Goya. But you watch television or you watch the movies because people are moving and you're fixing your attention on the action or on the movement. Now, you can look at me and watch me because I'm moving my hands, I'm moving my lips, I'm moving my body, Okay? And so you can watch me. But if I remain still, if I stay still, if I don't move, you're not watching me. You're looking at me. And every day you look at me, and every day I look at you. Te miro. Sé que estás ahí detrás de la cámara. I know you're there, behind the camera. I know you're there. So I look at you. Every day I look at you. Every day you look at me. Yesterday I looked at you. And yesterday you looked at me. Looked at. ¿Ves? La ed después de look, el pasado looked, realmente es un sonido de T que enlaza con la palabra siguiente. Looked at me. Yesterday you looked at me, and yesterday I looked at you. All right, every day I jump over a small creek. A creek es un arroyo. Every day I jump over a small creek. And yesterday I jumped over the same creek. Yesterday I jumped over the same creek. Jumped, worked, watched, touched. Okay? I'm touching my nose now. Every day I touch my nose. I touch it every day. I touched it yesterday, but I didn't touch it in the morning. I touched it in the afternoon. Now I touched my elbow in the morning. I didn't touch it in the afternoon. I touched it, I parked it, I talked about it, I looked at, parked it, touched it, el pasado. Every day I stay here until 9 o'clock. And yesterday I stayed here until 9 o'clock. I stayed here. Every day I prepare my class. And yesterday I prepared my class. Every day I want to drink water. And yesterday I wanted to drink water. Wanted. Stay, stayed. Work, worked. 3 ways, 3 types of past. Stay, stayed. Prepare, prepared. Talk, talked. Watch, watched. Touch, touched. Start, started. Want, wanted. Insist, insisted. Okay. Another teacher will take over, and I'll be back.
Thank you, Richard. Muchísimas gracias. I'm the other Richard. My name's Richard Brown, here you can see. Today we're going to review, vamos a repasar the class from yesterday. So we have 3 things to do today, okay? We're going to look at the past simple in the affirmative, the past simple in the negative, and then we're going to look at how we say la gente. With me in the studio, conmigo en el plató, is Luca. Luca, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic, because we don't have long. No tenemos mucho tiempo. Así que vamos con ello. Vamos a repasar 6 verbos, ¿ok? De la siguiente manera. Every day I ask. Yesterday I asked.
Okay.
Facilísimo, ¿no? Todos los días pregunto. Ayer pregunté, ¿ok? Con 6 verbos, with 6 verbs. Luca, every day I ask. Yesterday.
Every day I ask. Yesterday I asked.
Asked, good. Con una T muy fuerte ahí. Asked. Fantastic. Every day I check.
Every day I check. Yesterday I checked.
Good. ¿Qué significa check? Vosotros en casa. ¿Qué significa check? El verbo to check es comprobar. ¿A que sí? Bien. Every day I play.
Every day I play. Yesterday I played.
Yesterday. Yesta. No, yester. Yesta. Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Genial. Yesterday.
I play.
I played.
I played.
¿Dónde está tu D?
I played.
Muy bien, I played. Okay, every day I play, yesterday I played. Siguiente verbo, every day I work. Todos los días trabajo.
Every day I work. Yesterday I worked.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
I worked.
I worked.
Bien, una cosa, como el work acaba en un sonido bastante fuerte, la K, work, hay que decir worked, con una T fuerte también después. Yesterday I worked.
Okay. Yesterday I worked.
Eso es, genial, muy bien. Every day I call, todos los días llamo. Yesterday.
Every day I call. Yesterday I called.
Good. And every day I ask, todos los días pregunto. ¿Y ayer?
Every day I ask. Yesterday I asked.
Fantastic, muy bien. Ahora vamos con el negativo, okay? We're going to look at the negative in the following way, de la siguiente manera, in the following way, okay? I usually play, suelo jugar, but I didn't play yesterday, okay? I usually play, but I didn't play yesterday. Bien, Luca, I usually check, but...
I usually check, but yesterday I didn't check.
Sí, mejor si dices yesterday al final, okay?
Okay.
But I didn't check yesterday.
Okay.
Again.
Every day I check.
No, I usually check.
I usually check, and I didn't. But I didn't check it yesterday.
Muy bien, okay. I usually check, perdón, ya me estoy liando yo también. I usually check, but I didn't check yesterday. Una cosa sobre la pronunciación de la palabra usually. Usually es un adverbio, es como normalmente. Lo que pasa es que lo utilizamos como vosotros utilizáis el verbo soler, ¿ok? I usually check, suelo comprobar, ¿ok? Se pronuncia usually, ¿ok? Vamos a olvidar la U de en medio, no es usually, es usually. Usually. Good. Otro verbo. I usually ask. But
I didn't ask it yesterday.
Good. Yesterday al final, ¿ok? I usually ask, but I didn't ask yesterday. Hay que repetir en casa, todos, ¿eh? I usually ask, but I didn't ask yesterday. Luca, uno más. I usually play.
But I didn't play yesterday.
Bien, ahora con work, que significa trabajar, como sabéis. Cambiamos de persona. He usually
works.
Tú ese más fuerte, por favor.
Okay, he usually works.
Good.
But he didn't work yesterday.
Excellent, good stuff. He usually works, con ese, que es imprescindible. He usually works, but he didn't work yesterday. Let's move on. Cambiamos de tema. Let's move on to how we refer to people. Okay, la gente en inglés siempre requiere el plural del verbo, okay? The people are. Y vamos a hacer el siguiente ejercicio. The people in England are English. Good, well done. The people in Scotland are Scottish. The people in Spain, bueno, toda la frase.
Okay, the people in Spain are...
¿En dónde? In Spain.
Are Spanish.
Oye, fantástico. Toma ya. Excellent. The people in Spain, no se dice Spain porque este país no existe. The people in Spain are, plural del verbo, Spanish. Spanish también. Ok, muy bien. The people in Denmark.
The people
¿Tu favorito?
The people in Denmark are Danish.
Muy bien. Danish, es más largo. Danish. Eso es. Danish. Okay. Métete conmigo, venga.
Danish.
Eso es.
Danish.
The people in Denmark are Danish. Ahora en casa. The people in Denmark are Danish. Ok, Danish. ¿Vale? Bien. The people in France.
The people in France are French.
Good. The people in France are French. The people in Portugal, no decimos Portugal, sino Portugal. The people in Portugal are...
The people in Portugal are Portuguese.
Portuguese, con ch de chorizo, ¿ok? La ch. Portuguese, ¿ok?
Portuguese.
Muy bien. The people in Portugal are Portuguese. The people in Italy.
The people in Italy are Italians.
Good. Italian, yeah? The people in Italy are Italian.
Italian or with S?
Son italianos, o son unos italianos como sustantivo, con S. They are Italians or they're Italian. Es más natural emplear el adjetivo sin la S aquí, ¿ok?
Okay.
The people in Italy are Italian. The people in Sweden, ¿qué país es Sweden? ¿Vosotros en casa lo sabéis? Sweden? Suecia, muy bien. Os dejo ahí. The people in Sweden are Swedish, por cierto. Os dejo con Richard. Thanks, bye-bye.
Okay, welcome back. All right, let's continue with regular verbs in the past. Una y otra vez. Listen carefully and repeat, okay? Camera one. Every day I play. Yesterday I played. Repeat, played. Every day I stay. Yesterday I stayed. Ahora estoy con los verbos, donde el final del pasado, el pasado, su terminación, se añade una D simple o ED según la terminación del infinitivo y se pronuncia con una D dura. Played, stayed, carried. Le llevé a la playa. I carried him to the beach. Abrí la puerta. I opened the door. Tiré la puerta. I pulled the door. Él se murió. He died. He died with his boots on. Viví ahí durante 10 años. I lived there. Lived. Con V en medio. Lived. I lived there for 10 years. Estudié inglés, estudié francés durante 10 años. I studied. Intentad hacer este sonido, por favor. I studied French for 3 years. I called him. Le llamé ayer. I called him yesterday. Le llamé anoche. I called him last night. La llamé a ella. I called her. Te llamé ayer. I called you. Due. Como due. Como debido a. Due to. Due. I called you. Called you. Called you. Called you. La Y en inglés, recordad, es como la HIE en español. Hielo, hierba, you, Europe, yes, yesterday, no yesterday, ni yes. Yes, you. I called you. I called you. I called you yesterday. I didn't call you this morning. I called you yesterday. I prepared it yesterday. I didn't prepare it this morning. I prepared it yesterday. I didn't prepare it this morning. I delivered it yesterday. I didn't deliver it. Y pasado, delivered it. Pequeños matices de pronunciación o fonética que os cuesta entender y reproducir, pero es fundamental intentarlo. I delivered it yesterday. I didn't deliver it this morning. I hired him, le contraté para mi empresa. I hired him yesterday. I didn't hire him this morning. Le despedí. I fired him yesterday. I didn't fire him this morning. I offered it to you yesterday. I didn't offer it to you this morning. I offered it. Fijaos cómo la demanda aquí. En toda la frase, la letra que más se oye en toda la frase es la D de offered, porque se enlaza con la I latina de it. I offered it to you yesterday. I didn't offer it to you this morning. I didn't offer it to you this morning. I offered it to you yesterday. I explained it to you yesterday. I didn't explain it to you this morning. Por cierto, en inglés no existe la expresión explain you or explain me. En español dices explícame el por qué. Explícame. Pero en inglés no existe esa expresión, ni te explico. Se dice explícalo a mí. Pero es siempre el complemento directo. Explain it. Nunca explain me. Explain it to me. I explained it to you yesterday. I didn't explain it to you this morning. I complained about it. Me quejé de ello. I complained about it yesterday. I didn't complain about it this morning. I didn't complain about it. I complained about it yesterday. I remembered it yesterday. I didn't remember it this morning. I arrived at the airport. I arrived at the airport yesterday. I didn't arrive at. Arrive at. I arrived at the airport yesterday. I didn't arrive at the airport this morning. Oh, I believed in him last year, but I don't believe in him now. I believed in him. Creí en ello. Creí en él. Pero ya no creo en él. I believed in him last year, but I don't believe in him now. All right? I turned it. Le di un giro. I turned it yesterday, but I didn't turn it. I didn't turn it this morning. I insisted on going there yesterday, but I didn't insist on going there this morning. Insistí en ir ahí ayer, pero no insistí en ello esta mañana. I insisted on going there yesterday, but I didn't insist on going there this morning. I needed it yesterday, but I don't need it now. I needed it. Need, 4 letras. El pasado es el tercer caso de verbos regulares, donde se añade una sílaba más y una ed más. Need, needed. Want, wanted. Insist, insisted. Start, started. Resist, resisted. Okay? I insisted on it yesterday, but I didn't insist on it this morning. I invited him, invited. I invite him every day, and I invited him yesterday. I invite him, I invited him. I invite him every day. I invited him yesterday. I start this class on time every day, and I started this class on time yesterday. I wanted to call him yesterday, but I didn't want to call him this morning. I wanted to call him yesterday, but I didn't want to call him this morning. I pointed at you yesterday, but I didn't point at you this morning. I pointed at you. I pointed at you yesterday, but I didn't point at you this morning. Okay? I talked about it yesterday, but I didn't talk about it this morning. Seguiremos con esto. We'll continue with this, okay? But now a few words from our sponsors. Okay, we have 1 minute to do many things. Every day I work in this studio, and yesterday I worked here. I worked in this studio. Worked in. Every day I work in this studio. Yesterday I worked in this studio. And Maria, la regidora, the floor technician. Every day Maria works in this studio. And yesterday she worked in it too. She worked here with me. We worked together. We worked yesterday. We worked together yesterday. We worked together the day before yesterday. We worked together last week. And every day we talk before the class. And yesterday we talked before the class. And every day we walk to the coffee machine together. And yesterday we walked to the coffee machine together to have a coffee. Okay, a friend of mine, a good teacher, will take over for me. So I'll be back in a few minutes.
Thank you, Richard. Muchas gracias, Richard. Hola, soy Hannah y estamos aquí con vosotros para poner en práctica lo que acaba de explicar Richard. ¿Estáis preparados? Are you ready? Bien, ok, empezamos. Pues saludamos a nuestro invitado, amigo y estudiante para hoy, a Jesús. Hello, Jesús.
Hello, Hannah.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. And you?
And you?
Okay,
How are you?
bien,
How are
eso.
you? Yeah.
Hay que preguntar también how I'm doing. Yo soy la profe. So how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. And you? How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. Okay. Bien. Well, we're going to look at today past simple, o sea, pasado simple, y también presente simple, en tercera persona singular. Okay, are you ready, Jesús?
Yes, I am.
Okay, here we go. Yo te doy el pasado, me das el presente. ¿Ok? No, perdona, al revés. Te doy el presente, me das el pasado. Y después cambiamos. Okay, every day he checks.
Yesterday he checked.
Good, repeat.
Yesterday he checked.
Ok, muy bien. Now, esto es muy importante, la pronunciación. Checked. Checked. ¿Qué es el último sonido aquí? Es una T. Aunque termina en ED, el sonido es una T. Checked. Checked. A ver, dilo en voz alta, muy alta, así. Checked. Muy bien. Every day he asks.
Yesterday he asked.
Muy bien. Otra vez, el último sonido es una T. Asked. Asked. Every day she plays.
Yesterday she played.
Muy bien. Ok, played. Aquí el último sonido es una D. Played. Played. Every day he works.
Yesterday he worked.
Muy bien. Repeat.
Yesterday he worked.
Muy bien. Yesterday he worked. Worked. Aquí, ¿qué es el último sonido? ¿Una D o T? Una T. Muy bien. Ok, every day he calls.
Yesterday he called.
Muy bien. Yesterday he called. Called. Aquí el último sonido es una D. Called. Every day she books.
Yesterday she booked.
Muy bien. Repeat.
Yesterday she booked.
Ok, yesterday she booked. Booked. Aquí el último sonido es una T. T, ¿verdad? Así que tenemos la diferencia entre el último sonido de D y después T. D, T. Es muy importante que se oigan la diferencia entre la D y la T. Ok, asked. Asked. Último sonido, T. Played. Played. Una D. Ok, la diferencia, muy importante. Pero lo dices muy bien, Jesús.
Gracias, thanks.
Yay. Muy bien. Ok, seguimos. Ahora vamos a hacerlo al revés. Te doy el presente y me das el pasado. Ok. No, siempre confundo. Al revés. Te doy el presente, me das el pasado. Te doy el pasado, me das el presente.
Yes.
¡Ay, qué lío! Ok. Here we go. So yesterday he checked. Yesterday he checked.
Every day he checks.
Muy bien. Repeat, otra vez.
Every day he checks.
Ok, fíjate muy bien aquí. ¿Qué usamos aquí? Tercera persona singular. En presente simple, afirmativo, siempre lleva, ¿qué? La S. La S, esa horrible S al final de la palabra, ¿no? Que aquí los españoles muchas veces tienen dificultad de decir la S, como hablando el inglés andaluz, que lo llamo.
It's very difficult.
Pero no podéis, ¿ok? Remember, no me habléis en inglés andaluz. Hay que decir las S's donde tienen que estar. ¿Ok? So, muy bien. So, yesterday he asked.
Every day he asks.
Repeat.
Every day he asks.
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 Yes.
Asks.
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 Ok, vale. Esto te la...
Ya, ya.
Complicado, complicado, ¿no? Asks. Asks. Lo importante es que el último sonido sea una S. Asks. Por tercera persona, como he dicho antes. Asks. Asks. Muy bien. Yesterday he played.
Every day he plays.
Good. Every day he plays. Every day he plays. Yesterday she worked.
Every day she works.
Good. Every day she works. Every day she works. Yesterday he called.
Every day he calls.
Good. Repeat again.
Every day he calls.
Good. Every day he calls. Calls con la S. Yesterday she booked.
Every day she books.
Good. Every day she books. Yesterday he reserved.
Every day he reserves.
Ok, muy bien. So, remember aquí, we have to put, tenemos que poner la S porque estamos tratando la tercera persona singular. Ok, so every day he plays. Every day she asks. Asks. Sé que es difícil, pero puedes hacerlo. Asks. A ver, asks. Ok, muy bien. Jesús, asks.
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 Bien, bien, muy bien.
At last.
Good. Muy bien. Ok, otra vez. Asks.
Asks.
Okay, nada mal, muy bien. All right, so let's do 2 or 3 more examples. Okay, voy a ir cambiando. Every day he checks.
Yesterday, he checked.
Good. Yesterday she played.
Every day, she plays.
Good. Every day he works.
Yesterday, he worked.
Good. Yesterday she asked.
Every day, she asks.
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 Okay, muy bien. Así, perfecto. Así. Asks. Asks. Muy bien. Yesterday he called.
Every day, he calls.
Good. Yesterday he reserved.
Every day, he reserves.
Good. Every day she calls.
Yesterday, she called.
Good. Every day he books.
Yesterday, he booked.
Good. Every day he plays.
Yesterday, he played.
Every day he works.
Yesterday, he worked.
Yesterday she called.
Every day, she calls.
Good. Calls. Con S. Calls. Okay. Yesterday he asked.
Every day, he asks.
Good. Muy bien. ¿Ves? Con más práctica, mira qué bien sale. Okay. Asks. Asks. Okay. Yesterday he checked.
Every day, he checks.
Okay. Repeat again.
Every day, he checks.
Good. Every day he checks. Muy bien. And remember aquí también la pronunciación de yesterday. Yesterday. Repeat. Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Perfecto. Yesterday. Empieza por Y. Yesterday. No me digáis yesterday. Yesterday? No. Ok. Yesterday. Yesterday. Yes. Yes. Yesterday. Ok, bien. Y también la S, no olvidéis, en tercera persona singular. Por ejemplo, yesterday he asked.
Every day, he asks.
Perfect, eso es. Ok, practicar en casa, que es lo importante. Ahora os dejo con Richard. Bye.
Okay, let's continue with regular verbs on camera number 1. Okay, my good friend Jennifer. Jennifer, she lives in Madrid, but for 10 years she lived in Barcelona. She works with me, but for 10 years she worked with her husband in Barcelona. She invites me to have coffee in the morning every day, but last week she invited another employee to have coffee. She didn't invite me. Last week she insisted on holding a meeting at 10 o'clock in the evening. But this week, she hasn't insisted. Okay, she usually doesn't insist. But last week, she insisted. Usually, she doesn't talk about her personal life. But last week, she talked about her personal life. Usually, she arrives at 8 o'clock. But last week, she arrived at 9 o'clock. Usually she arrives at 8 o'clock. But last week she arrived at 9 o'clock. She arrives at, presente, she arrived at 9 o'clock. Last week she didn't arrive at 8 o'clock. She arrived at 9 o'clock. Okay, vamos a mirar los tres. She usually arrives at, tercera persona singular. She usually arrives at 8 o'clock. But last week she didn't arrive at 8 o'clock. She arrived at 9 o'clock. Tres terminaciones para tres momentos gramaticales o tres aspectos gramaticales diferentes. Tercera persona singular en el presente, she arrives. Suele o normalmente llega a las 8. She usually arrives at 8 o'clock. But last week she didn't arrive at. Arrive, después de didn't es forma de infinitivo, verbo puro. Last week she didn't arrive at 8 o'clock. Pasado simple, es an afirmativo. She arrived at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Usually she parks her car in the car park under the building. Usually she parks her car in the car park under the building. But last week she didn't park her car under the building. She parked it in the street. She parked it in the street. Otra vez. Jennifer usually parks her car. She usually parks her car. She usually parks her car under the building. But last week she didn't park her, como una bolígrafo Parker. She didn't park her car under the building. She usually parks her car under the building, but last week she didn't park her car. She parked it, Enlazamos, parked it. She parked it in the street. Usually she parks it under the building in the car park, but last week she parked it in the street. She usually checks her email every day. She usually checks, comprueba, verifica sus correos electrónicos, os mira. She usually checks her emails every day. But last week she didn't check her email. She checked it the week before. Okay? Usually she checks her emails in the morning. But last week she checked them in the afternoon. Okay? Usually she checks her correspondence in the morning. But last week she checked it in the afternoon. She didn't check it in the morning. She checked it in the afternoon. Jennifer usually works 10 hours a day. Jennifer usually works 10 hours a day. She works a lot. But last week she didn't work a lot. Usually she works a lot, but last week she didn't work a lot. She worked a lot the week before. She worked a lot the week before, but she didn't work a lot last week. Normally she works a lot. And 2 weeks ago she worked a lot. But last week she didn't work a lot. Las terminaciones de los verbos regulares son muy difíciles, de los aspectos, en mi opinión, más difíciles fonéticamente del idioma inglés. Every day, usually she works a lot. Se enlaza siempre. She works a lot. And 2 weeks ago she worked a lot. But last week she didn't work a lot. Okay, she didn't work a lot. Yes. Every day, usually Jennifer watches the news on television. Jennifer usually watches the news on television. And the day before yesterday, she watched it on TV. But yesterday, she didn't watch it. The day before yesterday, she watched it. But yesterday, she didn't watch it. She usually watches it. Las noticias en español son plural. Es plural. Las noticias se ven, todos los días. Se ven, plural. Tercera persona del plural. Se ven. En inglés también tiene un S como noticias. The news. On television, the news on the radio, the news. In the newspaper, the news. Sin embargo, es una palabra en singular. The news is, very important. The news today is about, siempre singular, the news. Okay? So, to watch it. Jennifer watches the news every day, or usually watches it. She usually watches the news every day, but she didn't watch it yesterday. She watched it the day before yesterday, but she didn't watch it yesterday. All right? I did, but she didn't. Did you? Did you watch it yesterday? Okay, Jennifer looks for opportunities almost every day. She usually looks for business opportunities. She usually looks for business opportunities. But last week she didn't look for any business opportunities. The week before she looked for some business opportunities, but last week she didn't look for any business opportunities. She usually looks for some, but last week she didn't look for any. The week before she looked for some, but last week she didn't look for any. Okay, talked, walked, worked, parked, insisted, resisted, pointed, started. Okay? Okay. We'll be back in a few minutes. Now another teacher.
Gracias, Richard. Thank you, Richard. I'm Leila. Soy Leila y estoy aquí con mi alumna Mamen. Mamen, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Nice to be here with you.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
¿Está contenta de estar aquí? Dilo una vez más.
Nice to be here with you.
Okay. And you? Are you doing okay? ¿Estáis bien? Sí? Okay, good. Are you ready to start?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Are you ready to start? Yes? Okay. Let's start.
Yes.
All right, let's practice. Vamos a empezar con 5 palabras nuevas de vocabulario. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, good. Are you ready? Great. La primera, permitirse el lujo de. A ver si lo sabéis decir. Permitirse el lujo de. A ver si me puede ayudar mi alumna. Mamen?
Afford it.
Oh, one more time?
Afford it.
Okay.
To afford.
To afford.
Sorry.
Como es un verbo, decimos to
To
afford.
afford. To afford.
One more time?
To afford.
Okay. To afford. En voz alta otra vez. To afford. Okay. The second one. Aprobación. A ver si sabéis cómo se dice aprobación. A ver, Mamen.
Approval.
Very good. Excellent. ¿Habéis visto la V? Approval. No es approval, es approval. ¿Ok? Con la doble P. Approval. The third one. La tercera. Cuando algo es fantástico, maravilloso, en inglés podemos decir una palabra que empieza por la S, that starts with the S. Do you know?
Yes. Superb.
Okay. Superb. Superb. Con la B al final, la B bilabial, superb, ¿ok? Una vez más.
Superb.
Okay.
You have to say like that, you know? Superb.
Exacto, como que realmente
Yes,
lo sientes.
yes.
Estáis practicando en voz alta, ¿verdad? Bueno. Ok, the fourth one. El dinero que dan cuando te despiden. ¿Cómo se dice eso?
Yes. Severance pay. Severance pay.
Severance pay. Ok, recordad que la CE y la CI en inglés es un sonido como la S. Severance. Ok, severance pay. One more time.
Severance pay.
Muy bien, ¿habéis visto qué bien lo hace? Ok, y la quinta. Debido a. Debido a. Mamen, do you know?
Yes.
Ok.
Due to.
Exactly. Due to. Ok. Una vez más en voz alta. Due to. All right. Very good. Y ahora pasamos a la gramática. Ok, are you ready?
Yeah, yes, I'm ready.
Ok, good. Todo en el pasado, ¿vale? Todo en el pasado. Yo voy a empezar con el presente, ¿vale? Y quiero que me digas que ayer no se hizo lo que yo diga en presente, ¿vale?
Okay.
For example, ¿ok? She usually works, ¿ok? She usually works. Y quiero que me digas que ayer no trabajó, ¿vale?
Yesterday, she didn't work.
Ok, good. Pero quiero que me pongas pero ayer, ¿vale? Porque si yo digo, ella normalmente trabaja,
Okay.
tú me tienes que decir, pero ayer no trabajó, ¿vale?
But yesterday, she didn't work.
Exactly, ok. Una vez más. She usually works.
But yesterday, she didn't work.
Yesterday, she,
She didn't work.
the T at the end, she didn't.
Didn't work.
One more time.
Yesterday, she didn't work.
Very good. ¿Y el pero?
But. Yes, now again.
Ok, otra
Okay.
vez, the whole thing,
The
todo
whole
entero.
thing. But yesterday, she didn't work.
Exactly. Pero es que la T,
Oh, yes.
I didn't hear the T, no había
Okay.
oído la T.
The last time.
Last time.
But yesterday, she didn't work.
Ok, habéis visto, but yesterday she didn't work. Okay, very
Okay.
good. All right. She usually checks the homework. Okay?
But yesterday she didn't check the homework. She didn't check the homework.
Ok, la T es muy importante que
Yes.
digáis la T porque así yo sé que hoy nosotros sabemos, los angloparlantes, que es negativo. Ok, so, she usually checks the homework. ¿Qué sería el pasado?
But yesterday she didn't check the homework.
Ok, me lo vas a decir una vez más
Yes.
con un poco más de
Yes,
confianza.
yes,
But
yes, sure.
yesterday,
But-
she didn't check the homework.
Okay. But yesterday she didn't check the homework.
Okay, but yesterday, she didn't check the homework. All right, one more. She usually asks a lot of questions, ¿ok? Con el verbo preguntar, ¿vale? En inglés decimos preguntar preguntas, que sé que suena un poco raro en español, pero es como lo decimos, ¿ok? She usually asks a lot of questions. Dime el pasado, tell me the past.
But she didn't asked. No, but
cuidado,
sorry. What? That's terrible. But she didn't ask.
But yesterday
She didn't ask the questions.
But yesterday she didn't ask.
The question.
No decimos the, ¿vale? Questions, porque es es en general,
Okay.
¿vale? No estamos preguntando acerca de unas preguntas específicas, ¿ok? So, but yesterday she
Didn't ask questions.
Okay, so but yesterday she didn't ask questions,
Yeah.
¿ok? También podemos utilizar el contable any, but yesterday she didn't ask any questions.
And some?
Any, porque es
Never.
negativo.
Okay.
Okay, so
But yesterday she didn't ask any questions.
okay, cuidado con la S. All right.
I'm mistaking every sentence.
Don't worry, para eso estamos aquí,
Yes,
¿no?
yeah,
Claro.
yeah.
La siguiente, okay. She normally plays cards.
But yesterday she didn't play cards.
Very good, okay. But yesterday she didn't, con la T, she didn't play cards. Okay. Another one. She usually works long hours. Trabajar mucho en inglés decimos horas largas, ¿vale?
Okay.
She usually works long hours.
But yesterday she didn't work long hours.
Okay. ¿Habéis oído la T?
No.
Es que yo no he oído la T.
But yesterday she didn't work long hours.
Okay, good. Y ahora me lo vas a decir
Yes.
un poco más natural.
Okay.
Otra vez más.
But yesterday she didn't work. No, wait a minute because I forgot the T.
The T.
Yeah.
Ajá.
But yesterday she didn't work long hours.
Okay, good. A ver, en voz alta vosotros. But yesterday she didn't work long hours. Okay, recordar. Horas largas en inglés decimos long hours. Okay. El verbo call. All right. She usually calls me at 5. She usually calls me at 5.
But yesterday she didn't call me at 5.
Okay. Lo puedes decir. Okay. Didn't call you or didn't call me.
Okay. But yesterday she didn't call me at 5.
Okay. Dilo conmigo.
Okay.
She didn't call you.
But yesterday she didn't call you at 5.
Okay. ¿Habéis oído
She
la T?
didn't call you at 5.
Okay. One more time.
But yesterday she didn't call you at 5.
Muy bien, okay? But yesterday she didn't call you at 5. And one more. She usually books the flight at 8. Okay, el verbo reservar decimos book.
But yesterday she didn't book the flights at 8.
The flight at 8. Una vez más.
But yesterday she didn't book the flight at 8.
Okay, but yesterday she didn't book the flight at 8. Okay?
Okay.
Muchas gracias y os paso con Richard.
Okay, one more class. One class more and one class less to go. It's very important to practice and to drill. Ejercicios, machacar esto. I recommend the third person singular. She works. She didn't work. She worked. She plays. She didn't play. She played. He contacts. He didn't contact. He contacted. And you need to practice these again and again and again. Every day he starts. Yesterday he started. Yesterday he didn't start. Hasta tenerlo como la palma de mano. Okay, thank you.